The live is now live. This is Dre all day. What's good to everybody on Facebook? What's good to everybody on Instagram? We gotta wait till some people actually come in. And I'll start to give my shout outs. Then we're gonna get into the material. Then we're gonna get into everything else that we need to get into. This is Dre All Day coming to y'all live from Dre All Day TV. Work on Your Game University. I'm checking on. All right, so on Facebook and IG, tell me your names and locations as y'all coming in. I gotta make sure I got my screens in order here. All right, so I got Instagram over here. What up, everybody on IG? Tell me your name and location as y'all come in. And everybody on Facebook, make sure this is broadcasting right to Facebook. I think it is, but if it's broadcasting right to Facebook, whoever's on Facebook watching this, tell me your name and location and leave a comment later if you're not watching this live. What we're gonna get into today is how to ensure that you are never a victim in life. There's a lot going on right now in the world. Of course, we know what we got going on, but in everybody's regular lives, our day-to-day lives, things happen. So even though there's a big thing happening right now, it's affecting all of us. We all have things that happen that we may or may not want to occur. We got to figure out how to deal with those things. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. How to never be a victim in life. As y'all come in, tell me your name and location. Leave a comment. Tell me your name and location. If you're watching on Facebook, I think the comments are coming through on here. I'm using the new streaming software here on Facebook. I'm on my laptop on Facebook, but I should see comments if you leave a comment on Facebook. On Instagram, we already know how Instagram works. So as y'all come in, tell me your names and locations. Let me shout out a couple people I see coming in the comments. DW Paez was good. Ray from Playa del Rey. What up? Sami, who was that? Sammy Osley checking in from Algeria. Shout out to Algeria. Dan, who is checking in from Vancouver area. Shout out to Vancouver area. John Hall checking in from Florida. Was good. As y'all come in, tell me your names and location. Facebook, if this is working correctly on Facebook, tell me your name and location. But either way, Facebook, this will be up for people to watch it on the replay. So it's all good. So today's topic, I'm going to give like 30 more seconds of people to tell me who they are, where they checking in from. Ryan from Virginia, former overseas ball player. If y'all are checking in right now live, leave a comment. Tell me your name and location. Giovanni Castro checking in from Philly. Shout out to Philly. Han from Montreal, Canada. Biggest fan. That's what's up. Thank you, Han. Brandon, Pensacola. So y'all come in, tell me your names and location. We're going to get started in like 30 seconds. And we're going to get right into this. Today's topic, again, is how to never be a victim in life. Let me move this one over here. Trelana was good. Trelana checking in from Philly. So as y'all come in, names and locations, we're going to get started in about 30 seconds. And I'm going to have to check and make sure I'm doing this right on Facebook. But it's all good. Either way, we're going to get the material out and people catch it whenever it is they catch it. Let me see if I can move that over here. We're just maneuvering things right now so we can get a good angle and a good view. All right, so the topic. All right, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. For those of you who don't know me, I am the creator, proprietor of this whole philosophy, this company called Work on Your Game. Work on Your Game is all about taking the mindset necessary to be in the top 1% of what you do, whether that be in sports, business, being a teacher, being a janitor, and how that mindset applies in your everyday life, how it applies in any business, any line of work that you're involved in. I did it as a professional athlete for 9 years, playing 8 different countries overseas. I do it now as an author of 25 books. I've done 4 TED Talks. I'm a coach, consultant, speaker, published over 7,000 videos, 7,000 blog posts, 1,500 podcast episodes, and who knows how many of these live streams. They don't even keep counting how many of these that I've done. But I've created more content online over the last 15 years than any human being that you can name. That's just an absolute fact. More unique, brand new content. I'm not talking about repurposed content, brand new content than anybody that's out there. So what we're talking about today is how to never be a victim in life, how to take any situation that occurs, even the situations that you don't want, and turn them in the direction that you want them to go. So that even though it might have been somebody doing the wrong thing to you, something unexpected happening in your life, something that you really don't want occurring in your life, how can you turn that situation around and put yourself in a position of power in that circumstance, which you probably cannot control, or dealing with that other person where you have no control over what they do. You don't have any influence over what that person does, but still have influence over yourself in a way that you think, so that you can take control of any situation. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you're interested in that subject, please give me, I don't know how you do the hearts. How do you do the hearts and the thumbs up on Instagram? However you do that, Please, people, start pushing that. Duke Holiday was good. Give me the hearts and the thumbs up, however you're doing on Instagram. Somebody can leave a comment and tell me how you actually do that. So whenever I'm watching the stream, I know how to do it, but I don't know how you actually do it. So however you do that, somebody let me know. Is it just tapping the screen or is it something else? So whoever knows that, please let me know. We're going to get into this material. Either way, today's topic, once again, is how to never be a victim. The definition of victim, I went and looked up this definition, is a person who is harmed or injured as a result of action. Now, you can't control whether or not you get injured, but harm is really in the eyes of the beholder as far as I see. Harm is just whether you consider yourself to be in a negative position based on something that happened, based on something, or just tapping the screen. Cool. Matia, thank you. I appreciate that. So you don't have to feel harmed by anything that happens to you in life. You could get in a car accident and you're walking down the street, somebody try to hit you with their car. You don't have to feel like a victim if you don't want to. You, again, it's all about turning that situation around in your mind. Let me explain to you in these points I'm going to give you so you understand exactly what I mean. Number one, even if something happens to you that you did not want, once you have allowed yourself, once you got past the emotion, once you got past the hysteria, once you got past your reaction to the situation, at that point now you got to own that situation. Yes, you heard me right. Own the situation. So if someone does something to you, let's say you're in a business deal with a business partner of yours and y'all made $100,000 and you supposed to get 50 and he's supposed to get 50, but all the money went into his account and he kept 80, he only gave you 20, and he's not returning your calls or your emails, and now you got to hire a lawyer and you got to go find this dude and he's disappeared somewhere. Understand something. All right, bye. All right, we'll see somebody over on Facebook left a comment. So I guess that's working. So shout out to Facebook. Understand that once you have registered the fact that that situation occurred, once you accept the fact that, yes, this happened, yes, this is what it is, this is the situation that I'm in, now you got to own that situation. Now you got to say to yourself, all right, this is where I'm at. This is what I got to deal with. This is the hand that I've been dealt, at least for this moment, and I'm going to own this situation, because here's why I tell you to own the situation. Everyone here has heard of the phrase leadership. People use it all the time. You heard maybe people talking about ownership. There's Jocko wrote the book, Extreme Ownership. One of the key tenets of being a leader, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a leader in life, you want to be a boss, you want to be the person that's in charge, you want to be the head of your organization, even if that organization is just one person, even if it's just you, you must take responsibility. Responsibility is the most important aspect of leadership. The leader is the person who takes responsibility. And the reason why there are so few true leaders out there is because there are so few people who want responsibility. Listen, everybody wants responsibility when things are working, right? If things are working out and you're getting everything you want, everything you try works, every advertisement you run, you're getting mad ROI on it, every campaign on Facebook, you're getting great engagement results. Everybody wants responsibility for that when things are working, but who wants responsibility when things are not working? When everything's going south, you thought everything was going to go this way, but it's going that way. When everything was going perfect, and then something happens that throws everything off, and you got to figure everything out on your own, who wants that responsibility? I heard this guy who's a business owner. He said once, the people out there who want to work from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend you want to go party, you want to go to the beach, you want to spend time with your family, you want to hang out with your kids, you want to go to the movies, you want to play video games, you want to bullshit, you want to sleep in. Those people shouldn't become entrepreneurs, because an entrepreneur sometimes on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and Monday through Friday, you don't get to work 9 to 5. You don't get to say, all right, it's 5 o'clock, I'm good for the day, and just hightail out of there and go home. You can't do that. On the weekend, you might not be able to go to the beach. You might not be able to celebrate your birthday or go on vacation, because you're at home trying to figure out how the hell you're going to make payroll on Monday morning, because you owe everybody and everybody's expecting to get that check, and you're not quite sure where the money's going to come from. That's one of the responsibilities that you might have to deal with if you're going to take the leadership position of being at the head of an organization. I'm just using that as an example, but I want y'all to understand that the key tenet to being a leader is responsibility, and it's going into this first point that even when something happens to you that you don't want, take responsibility for that situation. Not saying that it was your fault, because it might have been the other person's fault. They might have been the one who messed up. And if you run a business, they say the customer is always right. It's bullshit. The customer is not always right. I got an email today, or I saw an email today got sent to my customer service line by a customer of mine who was completely wrong and saying that we had messed up and did something. They just didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So the customer is not always right. But at the same time, you must own the situation once you realize you're in it. All right, I'm in this situation. This is what it is. Now I'm going to own it. What am I going to do about it? There's some people who are watching this right now who I was watching a video that came from the mayor of Miami Beach and the mayor of Miami, the city, because it's two different cities, basically two different mayors, and they both said the same thing, that all hotels are closed, you can't do Airbnb rentals, every retail business is closed, the mall is closed, all that stuff is closed unless it's an essential business, unless you're selling food or it's something that helps people with their health, or you fix cars. Pretty much that's it. All right, unless you work in a hospital, any kind of doctor, or you sell food, or you help people, or you do something to help people fix their cars, you can't be open. So there's a whole lot of people right now who can't get money. A whole lot of people can't make money, can't draw a check. And it's not your fault. I mean, you're not the one who brought the coronavirus to the United States. Like, some of y'all ain't never even been out the country to even have brought it over here. It's not your fault that it happened. It's not your fault that your company isn't open right now. It's not your fault that the mayor said you got to shut down your business. And this is the middle of, those of y'all who don't understand, here in Miami, this is spring break season. Y'all know how much money hotels and Airbnbs and bars make during spring break season in Miami? They make more in spring break than they make any other time of the year, except maybe New Year's. That's it. But spring break is way longer. New Year's is one day. Spring break is like, how long is spring break? Like a month? A month. Spring break goes. You know how much money somebody who does Airbnb for a living is losing right now in Miami? How much money hotels are losing? How much money bars are losing? How much money somebody who's a bartender or a waiter or a waitress at a restaurant along the beach is losing right now because they can't work spring break and get all this money out of these kids coming down here just throwing away their parents' money because of spring break and they in Miami? Are you kidding me? And it's not their fault that they can't get money. But once you realize that this is the situation that you're in, now you got to say, you know what? I got to own this. Now, I expected the reality to be like this, but now the reality is like this. Now that I know that, now that I got over my emotions, I had my little bitch session and complained about it and was mad about it and was pissed off about it, and then I was denying it, like, no, this is not going to happen. It's not going to keep going like this. It's going to be over in 2 days. It wasn't over in 2 days. I realized it's going to be over for 3 months. I might not ever work at that place again. Now I'm in this place. Now at this point, when I'm here, now I got to own this. Now I got to figure out, all right, what am I going to do from this point moving forward? That's the first step to never being a victim in life, is that even when it's not your fault, you did not cause the situation, you are not to blame, 0% to blame for the situation on your hands. Now is your job to figure out, what do I do with it from right here? I didn't expect to be here, but I'm here. Now what do I do with this situation? How do I own this situation? How do I take control? How do I take responsibility? And the reason why I brought the word responsibility is this. In life, if something happens to you and you're going to do something about it, they call that to respond, right? Or you could react. Like if you have a knee-jerk response to what happens, they call it reaction. I'm talking about responding. The difference between responding and reacting is, responding requires a little bit of thinking. Reacting is you just instinctively do something. Responding is you think about it, you put a space between the stimulus and what you do, and then you take some wise, thought-out action. Everybody wants the ability to respond. That's what responsibility is, the ability to respond. But if you don't take responsibility, you don't take ownership of something, then you don't have the ability to respond. You give that up. So if you want the ability to respond to the situation that you're in, even if you hate the situation, you must take ownership of the situation. Because if you don't own something, you don't have responsibility for it. Now, if you don't have responsibility, that means if something goes wrong, it's not your fault. But at the same time, if things are going to go right, you don't control it. You don't have no say. You don't get a vote. You don't get a seat at the table as to what's going to happen if you're not taking your ability to respond. DW Piaz, thank you for that comment. Responsibility, your ability to respond. The only way you have that is when you take full ownership of whatever situation you're in. That's point number one. Point number two, the topic here for those of you who came in the middle of this stream is how to never be a victim in life. Number two, you got to play life on offense. All right, everybody knows what offense means, right? I don't mean offense, like to offend people and piss people off. I don't mean that kind of offense. I mean offense like when you got the ball and you got a chance to score. All right, y'all watch sports. You watch baseball, football, hockey, basketball. They all work the same way on one level, is that on offense is the chance where you can score, right? Soccer, the same thing. Whoever has the ball or the puck or whoever's up to bat, they got the opportunity to put points on the board. And whoever's on defense, you're trying to stop the other side from putting points on the board. All right, whoever gets the most points ends up winning at the end of the game. So here's the thing. If you're going to play life on offense, that means you are on the attack. You are on your toes. You are going forward. You're not allowing life to put you on your heels. And what happens to a lot of people, especially when situations occur that we don't want, because we are emotional beings, we're humans, so we have emotional responses. Nothing wrong with having emotions. It's just a matter of how long do you allow yourself to allow those emotions to dominate you, or do you control, or your emotions controlling you, or you controlling your emotions? Do you allow your emotional responses and reactions to situations to bring you down, or do you say, all right, I had this emotional response, I was pissed off, I was sad, I was upset, I was angry, I was reactive, but now I had a chance to go through that, I let that happen, now it's time for me to get rational about this situation, and now I'm going to go on offense and stop allowing this situation to push me around, and I'm going to start pushing this situation back. Any of you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki? He talks about this early in the book. When he goes to his rich dad, and his rich dad gives him a job working at like some convenience store, and all he's doing is wiping off shelves, Robert gets mad. He's like, yo, I thought you were going to teach me about making money. You got me wiping off shelves. This is bullshit. He didn't say those exact words, but that's what he was saying to his rich dad. And his rich dad said, I'm glad you said that, because most people, when they get handed situations that they don't like, you know what they do? Anybody know what happens? Let me ask a question to the audience. What do most people do in life when they get handed a situation that they don't like? Somebody answer the question. Somebody tell me the answer. Answer is one word. I'm going to give y'all a hint. It's a one-word answer. Somebody tell me the answer to this question. I'm going to keep going. What do most people do in life when they get handed a situation that they do not like? They don't like the terms. They don't like the situation. They don't like what the way things are set up. They don't get what they thought they were going to get. Somebody said complain. And a couple of next three answers all got it right. They do nothing. People do nothing. When people get handed a situation that they don't like in life, usually they don't do anything. And that's what, in Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad said, most people just let life push them around. When you get a situation that you don't like and you do nothing, and you just let the situation be the situation, and you're in a place that you don't want to be in, yet you don't do anything to change it, you're letting life push you around. You're becoming a victim, even though you're not complaining. You're a victim of the circumstance. You ever heard that phrase? You become a victim of the circumstance if you don't do anything about the situation. So what I am telling you to do here, point number 2, is to play life on offense, meaning take initiative. Everybody knows what initiative means. Initiative means, it comes from the word initial. The root word of initiative is initial. What does initial mean? When somebody says put your initials on this document, what are they saying? Saying put the first letter of your first and last name right here. What does that mean? First. Initiative means to move first. And that means don't sit back and wait for things to happen to you. You go out and you happen to other things. That's what it means to play life on offense. Now, does this mean that every time in life you're going to be the one who moves first? No. Look, somebody could do something to you that you didn't even see coming, and now it happened. Now, again, go back to point number 1. Take ownership of what happened. Now it's your turn to go on offense. Now go do something. Now go say something. Now go make your move. Now go see what happens next. Some of you right now who, like I was just talking about, you got a situation that wasn't your fault, that you didn't ask for, where you can't get your bag right now because the mayor had shut things down. Like I just watched the video. The mayor of the city in Miami Beach and Miami just said everything shut down. What am I supposed to do? What if I own what if I run Airbnb full time? That's my job, full time Airbnb, and I own 6 properties, and all I do is rent them out, and now I can't get no money in the busiest month of the fucking year in my city, and it's 80 degrees outside and sunny for the last 2 weeks straight. That's the real situation. That's not a hypothetical. That's a real situation. I don't do Airbnb, but the weather part is a real situation. This is really the best part of the year, and I can't get money right now. What am I supposed to do? It ain't my fault. But what can I do to go on offense? That's a question I got to ask myself. Now, if I'm an Airbnb expert, I should have some other ideas. Now, I'm not an Airbnb expert, so I can't answer that, or at least not off the cuff right now at the top. But this is what I mean by playing life on offense. Figure out what you can do. What moves can I make? How can I take control of this situation? How can I put myself back in the driver's seat? How can I put myself back in control of my circumstances rather than allowing my circumstances to be in control of me? This is a mindset, ladies and gentlemen. It's a way of thinking. This is not about being smarter than everybody else or having a million ideas, but all those things will come. You'll look smarter and you'll get a bunch of ideas when you put yourself in the frame of mind of, you know what, I'm not going to just sit here like a bitch and allow life's circumstances to push me around. I'm going to push back and figure out what I can do for myself. Just making that decision will put you in a completely different frame of mind than the person who's like, damn, they just shut my business down. I can't make no money. It's the best time of year for me to make money, and they tell me that I can't. What the hell is going on? If you sit back like that, life is going to keep pushing you around because it sees that you're a willing victim. And this whole topic is about not being a victim. You know, any of you ever seen a schoolyard bully? Who do bullies mess with? Bullies mess with the people who allow them to bully them. But people who don't allow themselves to be bullied, the bully will leave you alone. Even if the bully could beat you in a fight, The bully would rather bully somebody that they ain't got to fight. Somebody who's just not going to fight back at all. So that's what I mean by playing life on offense. It does not mean that you'll always score. Going on offense does not mean everything you do is going to work. Doesn't mean every idea is going to pop off. Doesn't mean everything you try is going to be successful. But it means you are putting yourself in a frame of mind of you are attacking instead of sitting back and allowing yourself to be attacked. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is how to never be a victim in life. Number 3, taking initiative. As I talked about already, moving first and staying active. So this kind of ties in everything I said in the first 2 points. Even when something goes wrong in your life, here's what I mean when I say taking initiative. Have enough things going on so that even if option A doesn't work out, you still got option B. And if B doesn't work, you could do C. And if C doesn't work, you got D, E, F, G, H, I. You got all these different hustles and different ways that you can make something happen. So even if the one thing that you keep trying is not working, you go try something else. All right, if that don't work, I'm going to do this. All right, I'm trying to run some ads on Facebook. That ain't working. I'm going to run some ads on Google. That's not working. All right, I'm going to hire some influencers off IG. That's not working. I'm going to run some YouTube ads. That's not working. I'm going to just create a whole bunch of free content. I'm going to do a live every day, twice a day. You got to have different ways that you can try to get to your goal, even when one of the ways that maybe the way that was working perfectly shuts you down. Anybody who does online marketing, maybe you run Facebook ads and Facebook just shut your whole account down. They said, no, you violated too many times. You can't run ads here anymore. And they just kicked you off. Now what you going to do? There's 100 other different ways that you can run ads and get people to see your stuff besides using just that one thing. Or whatever one way you thought things were going to work out, you could do it a different way, in a different way, in a different way. This is what we call being a hustler. Something doesn't work the way you initially thought it would work. You figure out a different way, in a different way, in a different way. That's what we mean when we say being a hustler. Hustlers aren't victims. Any of you would consider yourself to be a hustler, or you know somebody who's a hustler is never a victim, because a hustler is always looking for different ways to win. See, the victim is the person who might try one way to win. They might not try any ways to win. And when things aren't working, they just sit back and do nothing and allow life to have its way with them. But a hustler is always moving. A hustler is always looking for a new opportunity, looking for that next chance, looking for that next way they can create their own success. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to recap these 3 points, and then I'm going to take questions. If you got a question, post it in the comments right here. Facebook, post it in the comments. Instagram, post it in the comments. The topic is how to never be a victim in life. Number 1, even when something happens that you didn't want to happen, take full ownership of it. That's how you get responsibility. Every leader has full responsibility, your ability to respond. Number 2, play life on offense. Does not mean you will always score, and doesn't mean everything's going to work. But it means you are not sitting back and waiting for life to attack you. You are attacking life. And number 3, taking initiative. That means moving first, staying on the offensive, staying on your toes, staying active. Even when the thing that you tried doesn't work, you try something else and something else and something else. You try 10 different things at the same time. Find the one that works, because that's what hustlers do. They're always looking for a different angle and a different way to win in life. They're never sitting back and waiting for life to tell them what the deal is. They tell life what the deal is and work within whatever circumstance they got, even when circumstances change, and they find a new way and a new way and a new way. So whoever got questions, go ahead, post it in the comments. I'm going to take them. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to give y'all a commercial right here. The Mirror of Motivation, the Self-Guide to Self-Discipline. This is the book that is linked in the pinned comment. You can get this book for free. Yes, you heard me, free 99 by going to mirrorofmotivation.com. This book is, how many pages is this? 167 pages, Mirror Motivation. This book will show you how to light your fire from the inside, how to find that spark, where you're supposed to be in life, what you're supposed to be doing with yourself, especially for those of you who might be out of your normal routine right now. You can't do what you want to do. Maybe it's a good thing for you, because maybe you ain't really want to do that, and it's something you really want to do, but you haven't had a chance to do it. This book will light the fire within you so that you can start doing that thing that you need to be doing. It's not going to tell you exactly what to do in your life. It's going to tell you how to light the fire for you, because when your fire is lit, you will get the answers. They will come to you. That's why it's called the Mirror of Motivation. It's not the glass. It's not the window of motivation. Me telling you is the mirror. I'm going to hold the mirror up to you with this book, and you will start lighting your own fire. Go to mirrormotivation.com. That's the link down there in the pinned comment here on Instagram. And on Facebook, I put it in the description of the video. Those of y'all want to play ball overseas, the Overseas Basketball Blueprint, this book is free as well. It's 237 pages. Everything you need to know about playing ball overseas, go to balloverseas.com. That's balloverseas.com. You want to play ball overseas. Mirrormotivation.com. You want to light that fire internally. So you might as well get both of them, because they're both free. All you do is pay a small shipping charge, and I got you covered. So now, all that being said, I'm going to see if we got anything going on in the comments here that I need to respond to. Any questions that I can answer. Somebody got a question, go ahead and post it. Let me know. Sean Travis, what's good? I appreciate the comment. DW Piaz says spring break in Vancouver and Cancun had businesses ruined. Yeah, it's crazy. And people make a lot of money in that time of year. Or this time of year. Hoops Junction was good. Coach Kev, what's up? Somebody said, I've always had this mentality that you have to learn it through different life experiences. Well, yeah, I wrote about it in my book, Work on Your Game. I wrote about how I developed these different mentalities through certain life experiences. So the whole framework of Work on Your Game, discipline, confidence, mental toughness, personal initiative, those came through certain experiences that I went through. So no, I was not born. I didn't just come out the womb doing 20-minute live streams on Instagram. No. Mattia said, did you ever do nothing, even for a day, or you always pushing it? I don't think I've ever been like every single day. I mean, like I said, human beings, we're emotional creatures. So sometimes we go through circumstances that we did not expect and that we didn't want. And we'll feel emotional about it because we're humans. We feel emotions. So you might feel sad, angry, frustrated, upset, even happy. When something works out, sometimes people relax, right? You win a trophy. You might sit back and do nothing for a week before you need to get back on your grind, get back on your hustle. So I think every human being, including myself, there are times when you might allow the emotion to slow you down, but it's how long do you allow it to slow you down before you keep moving again? That's the question. It's not does it happen, it's how long do you allow it to keep you from doing your thing. Somebody asked me when did I start dunking. I wrote about that in my book, Buy a Game. So go to workonmygame.com/buy-a-game. You get it for free. Buy a game. You can download the book PDF for free. You read about that. Sean said, "What's your mind state when approaching most situations?" That's way too broad of a question, Sean. Every situation is different, so I don't have the same mindset in every situation. I appreciate that, Coach Kev. All right, everybody, look, mirrormotivation.com. That's the book that is pinned right there. I think I have it in my IG bio, but it's mirrormotivation.com. You can't remember. You can't forget that. Mirrormotivation.com. Get this book free. You want to play ball overseas? Balloverseas.com. You get this book free. I'm shipping it worldwide, anywhere you live. I might do another live tomorrow, so stay tuned. Make sure you turn on your notifications, whatever it is they have you do here. Stay away from that Roni Ron. Wash your hands. Don't shake nobody's hand. Work on your fucking game. Dre all day.